What if everything you believed about support in your later years turned out to be wrong? Most people assume that as they age, their family will be their main source of strength. Children will be there. Spouses will stand by their side, and siblings will stay connected. But what happens when that's not the case? What if the real pillars of support aren't found within the walls of your family home, but in places you never expected? Life after 60 is a beautiful yet complex chapter. For many, it comes with a blend of freedom and fragility, wisdom and weariness. Some find themselves alone. Others are surrounded by people but still feel unseen. And while family remains important, relying solely on them can be limiting and sometimes disappointing. Today, we're diving deep into the 6 essential pillars of support after 60 that are even stronger than family. These aren't replacements, but reinforcements. They're the forgotten foundations that provide mental stability, emotional strength, physical well-being, and above all, a sense of purpose and belonging. So whether you're approaching your golden years, living them fully, or helping someone else navigate that time, this journey through the 6 pillars could transform how you see aging forever. Let's start with the one pillar that many underestimate: community. As children leave home and our roles shift, many older adults find themselves living in quieter, more isolated environments. Family might visit occasionally, but what about the daily check-ins, the spontaneous conversations, the moments when you just need someone to talk to? This is where community steps in. Unlike family, which may be distant or busy, your community is present. It's the neighbor who brings your trash bins in without being asked. It's the friendly face at the grocery store who remembers your name. It's the people you see on your morning walks, at church, or during weekly library visits. A strong community acts like an invisible net. You don't always see it, but it's there to catch you when you fall. Studies show that seniors who engage regularly with their local community, whether through volunteer work, local clubs, or group activities, report significantly higher levels of happiness and lower rates of depression. It's not just about socializing. It's about feeling seen and known. In many cases, your neighbors may check on you more frequently than your children do. They notice when your lights haven't turned on or when your newspaper hasn't been picked up. Creating this network takes time. Start by being that friendly neighbor. Join a book club. Say yes to invitations. These small actions slowly weave a net of support that can grow stronger than blood ties. Your mind is your most powerful ally. It's also, unfortunately, one of the most neglected aspects of senior health. Many people assume that mental health care is only necessary when there's a crisis. But mental fitness is like physical fitness, something to maintain, not just repair. After 60, people are more prone to anxiety, depression, and loneliness than they often admit. Loss of roles, grief from losing friends or partners, and medical issues can quietly erode mental well-being. And sadly, family members may not always recognize these struggles. This is where mental health support becomes vital. A good therapist can provide more emotional stability than a well-meaning relative. Support groups, especially those for seniors, offer spaces where your feelings are normalized, understood, and supported. Whether it's bereavement groups, chronic illness circles, or mindfulness workshops, these groups foster resilience and healing. Don't underestimate the power of simply talking. A conversation with someone who truly listens, without judgment, without rushing, can be more therapeutic than hours spent with relatives who may not understand your emotional landscape. And it's not just professionals who help. Meditation, journaling, reading philosophy, or engaging in spiritual practices are all forms of mental support that keep your inner world rich and grounded. Invest in your peace of mind. It may be the most loyal friend you'll ever have. When we talk about support, we often think about people who make us feel loved. But what about the people who keep us alive? Doctors, nurses, caregivers, pharmacists, these professionals often become lifelines in a senior's life. Your general physician probably knows more about your day-to-day challenges than your children do. They track your blood pressure, ask about your sleep, monitor your medications, and more importantly, they listen when something feels off. Regular check-ins with your healthcare team can prevent small issues from becoming life-altering ones. A nurse who notices swelling in your ankles. A physical therapist who helps you regain balance. These aren't just services. They're acts of care. Over time, a strong relationship with your healthcare provider can feel like family. They learn your history, they notice your patterns, and often they become your strongest advocates. And then there are caregivers, home aides who bathe you, prepare meals, manage medications. These people often form intimate bonds with seniors, offering companionship and care that family members may not be able or willing to provide consistently. Trust in this pillar. Nurture it. Find providers who make you feel safe, seen, and respected. Your health is your foundation, and those who protect it are nothing less than essential. Friendships in later life are different. They're often deeper, more intentional, and wonderfully free of drama. Unlike family, which may come with history and obligation, friendships are chosen. They are nurtured from shared interests, mutual respect, and an understanding of the life you've lived. Whether it's someone you met at a pottery class, a neighbor you bonded with over garden tips, or an old schoolmate you reconnected with, these relationships can become lifelines. A friend who visits regularly, a buddy who shares your sense of humor, a confidant who understands your grief without needing explanations. These friendships bring joy, reduce stress, and add meaning to each day. In fact, studies have shown that strong friendships are a better predictor of longevity than even close family ties. That's because they often come with fewer obligations and more authenticity. So don't stop making friends after 60. If anything, double down on it. Join hobby groups, attend meetups, say hello first. One good friend can do more for your soul than a dozen distant relatives. There's a saying, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. After 60, many people retire from careers, shift family roles, or face health issues that limit their activity. But the soul still seeks purpose. It's not about working or staying busy, it's about doing something that matters. Purpose can come from anywhere. Volunteering, mentoring, painting, gardening, teaching, writing memoirs, even feeding birds or rescuing animals can bring a sense of contribution. Having a reason to wake up in the morning adds structure and meaning to life. It reduces the risk of cognitive decline, eases depression, and brings joy that even family connections sometimes cannot. Purpose is a pillar that's built within. It doesn't depend on who visits you, calls you, or celebrates your birthday. It's a quiet force that sustains your spirit. Explore what lights you up. Follow curiosity. Reignite forgotten passions. It's never too late to be on fire for something meaningful. The final, and perhaps most powerful, pillar is you. You've lived through decades of change, joy, heartbreak, and resilience. You've seen wars end, technology evolve, families grow, and health shift. And through it all, you're still here. That alone speaks volumes. Your inner strength is a resource that no one else can give you. It's cultivated from experience, reflection, and persistence. It's the voice inside you that says, I've been through worse. I can handle this too. As you age, this inner strength becomes your compass. It helps you make decisions, trust your instincts, and say no to what drains you. It reminds you that you're enough, even when you're alone. Sometimes we forget how powerful we truly are, especially when society focuses on youth, speed, and productivity. But aging is not a decline. It's an elevation, a high point of understanding, self-knowledge, and grace. So trust yourself. Celebrate yourself. You are the final pillar, and perhaps the strongest one of all. Support after 60 isn't just about who calls you on your birthday or who sits beside you at dinner. It's about who shows up consistently, who sees you, who uplifts you. Community, mental health support, healthcare providers, friendships, purpose, and inner strength. These are the 6 pillars that hold up the soul when family can't, or won't. They don't replace family, but they are often more accessible, more dependable, and more empowering. If you're over 60 or love someone who is, start building these pillars now. Strengthen your net, reinforce your foundation. Because aging doesn't have to be about loss. It can be about liberation, connection, and profound growth. And remember, you are never too old to be supported. You are never too late to thrive. Thank you for watching, and if this video inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today.